Our final miraculous rescue is a testament to the power of human kindness and the courage and determination of a group of individuals faced with a life at risk. All of their extraordinary efforts were captured on videotape, which is lucky for us, because what you're about to see is difficult to imagine. Brookhaven is a 200-acre resort located in East Tennessee near the Smoky Mountains in what is known as horse country.
The horses are a very integral part of our concept here. It's the way East Tennessee used to be many, many, many years ago when times were simple and values were honest and the welcome came straight from the heart.
The horses were pastured near one of the property's most idyllic ponds, but one spring day, while it was being drained to treat the algae, disaster struck.
The day was February 17th, and it was just chance that I happened to wander by and find him in the pond. He was definitely stuck.
The horse was a 2,000-pound Belgian named Benny, and it appeared that he had been struggling for a long period of time before rescuers arrived on the scene. There was little water in the pond, mostly mud and silt that had washed down from the banks, and it was thick and deep.
He's about the smartest horse, gentlest horse I know. He's a sweetie. He would lay there for a minute and all of a sudden he would come jerking up, you know, like he just didn't have no more breath in him. I just didn't know what to do. I didn't want to sit there and see him die, so I went out there to him.
Oh, you got it? Oh, man.
I held his head up for at least it seemed like an hour, hour and a half.
Laying on his side was very detrimental to him because everything he inhaled is going to run into one lung and it's going to produce a severe pneumonia on that particular side. And it was out almost in the middle of the pond, so it was a long ways from the bank.
And it didn't look very favorable for Benny. There was concern on my part that we wouldn't be able to get him out.
It seemed to be a hopeless situation.
We were donated some plywood by Seymour Hardware, and they laid that plywood out there, and we could walk all the way out to him to where we could get some ropes around him.
Veterinary doctor Sam Lyle tried to tie the horse's legs together to stop him from kicking and injuring the rescuers.
His feet were folded in underneath his entire body. Nobody's arms were long enough to attach the rope to the hooves.
We're going to have to get it over his back or it's going to come right out of it.
He started doing a lot of jerking, and he was getting deeper and deeper to where we couldn't even get a rope around his chest.
Get one more down here beside
It was very cold, definitely freezing temperatures, and the water and the mud made it even colder. We got the ropes, tried to pull.
The method that they were approaching it was not going to get the horse out. They have very large feet, it's like a plunger. And so in order to break that suction between the mud and the horse, you have to get his feet elevated and out of the mud first.
It had now been more than 4 hours, and everyone was fearing the worst.
He was in a state of shock at that time.
Hold up, man. Hold up.
Time was really running out for him. Fortunately, Benny sort of did a fish-like movement with his rear legs.
We asked people to pitch in and grab the ropes. It didn't really matter what their manner of dress was, male or female, young or old. They grabbed it and just started tugging away.
Keep going. Easy.
There must have been 15 to 20 people per rope or per set of legs. There was about a 2 or 2.5 foot embankment that we had to pull him up once we got him to the edge of the pond. We had to get some fluid into the horse because the horse was not doing that well from all the strain and the stress of getting him out.
We'll get back here and try to get a big catheter and have enough to get one shot.
We had a 2,000-pound horse on the bank on his side, and he didn't really appear to be able to do anything.
We simply gave him time to rest for a period of time, and he was quite content to do so. And after we'd run him 15 or 20 liters of fluid fairly quickly, why his blood pressure started coming back up a little bit.
There was considerable concern that he was just too weak, that he would not be able to stand up.
He just jumped right up, ready to go.
And moments later, the rescue team walked Benny back to the road.
To see such a magnificent animal as this draft horse walk toward the barn gave us a great feeling of relief, and I think the best thing was we was able to accomplish a very difficult task that no single person could have done alone.
It was very, very cold, and everybody was muddy, but the whole community, I think, was happy, certainly, that it ended well.
Within a week's time, it seems that he was completely back to normal. Benny's doing great, and he's back to work, pulling the carriage full time.
Another living example of the miracle of human kindness.